Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tay, if you don't know who I am. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to build a clientele when moving to a new state. Starting over. It's terrifying. Okay, so I have my phone with all my notes because there are a lot of things that I want to touch on. So many of you guys on Instagram have been messaging me, asking me, Tay, I want some advice. I'm moving to a new state, or I just moved to a new state. I wish there was a video out there for me when I was going through it. So hopefully this helps you. So the first thing that I want to touch on is Instagram or social media platforms. They can be really beneficial when you're using it in a genuine sense. There are some people on Instagram that I've met and have made connections with without actually meeting them in real life. A lot of fellow stylists who have referred clients to me that have moved to Arizona. Initially, there was a stylist, her name's Kaya, and I followed her. I don't know how I found her. She had recently moved from Oregon as well, and so I reached out and asked about the licensing and all those things, and she was just so helpful. And I remember thinking you're a real one, because sadly, not very many people want to share their info or even just take the time, and the last thing I wanted to do was be a nuisance to anyone. So a lot of vulnerability, a lot of getting out of my comfort zone to ask around and just see, how is it in Arizona? What is it like? What are some really good salons there? I had absolutely no idea. I would say this is probably 4 to 5 months prior to moving to Arizona. Networking is a huge thing when it comes to getting your name out there, or even just getting information that you need, or help that you need. I am super thankful for the connections that I've found in Arizona, and I have now met a lot of them in real life, and they're just so sweet and so genuine. And so that was a really big motivator for me. With the networking aspect, I also researched a lot, not only asking other people in the area, but just for myself. So I researched certain salons, different locations that I wanted to be at. My husband and I came down and scouted around the areas, and I eventually met up with Jess at Jess Salon, and I was able to start renting a chair. There was an option to do commission, but for me, I had never ever known about commission. Commission was never a thing for me in the small town that I'm from, and I had already been doing hairstyling for 5 or 6 years at this point, so I felt confident enough, my portfolio was built enough that I knew that I had to lose money in order to make money. So it's one of those things in any entrepreneur, any small business, where you have to just grind, baby girl. You gotta grind. That was really scary because it was a financial leap of faith. I went into it just terrified. So I worked part-time, so 3 days, and I would work 1 day a month sometimes. I'm being real right now, and it's a very vulnerable place to be in, but it was slow. It was a slow start, and it's a humbling thing, because when you go from a state where you're super busy and you have really great relationships with your clients and all these things, and you go to a different place where you know no one, you have no one except for your spouse, it was really scary. I knew that I was gonna have to take out a savings to pay for my rent for the chair, probably. I would fly back home to Oregon every 3 or so months and do a bunch of hair. So I would bust out as many clients as I could. I tried to get everyone in, but obviously that wasn't super realistic. There were days that I worked 12 hours every single day for 10 days straight, and then I would fly back home to Arizona. So that definitely helped me stay afloat financially. I'll never be able to thank my clients enough for sticking by me and just supporting me through that. They totally could have found a new stylist, and they stayed by me. So I don't think they realize how thankful I am. The next thing I want to touch on is marketing. I don't think people realize how important marketing is for your business when you're self-employed, small business, any business really. And it is a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, I enjoy doing all the video editing, all the filming, everything content wise. I really enjoy it, but it's important, and it takes a lot of time. So I had to work weekends. I had to get in however many days I needed to in order to get that content. So if I had a model or like someone I reached out to come in and do content and they had a specific schedule, I would work around them. You definitely have to be accommodating more than you would in a normal situation, I feel like. I definitely would say to just take some time and plan out content and stuff you want to share or stuff you want to do. Say you want to do a cool style, plan it out, have that model come in, get that content, and there you go. Recycle photos. So I know it's a weird term, but I take a lot of photos, and I would take a lot of my clients in Oregon and I would post them while in Arizona, but I would tag the photo with Arizona's location. So tag the location of in your photos when you post on Instagram, hashtag the location, hashtag, you know, where you're from, hairstylist, or like where you're at, hairstylist. I would always do Phoenix hairstylist because it's a big area. It's super, super important to add your location so that people can find you in the area. I know a lot of people who do Facebook. I'm not a Facebook person. I feel like my clientele would build faster if I was, but I think, you know, everyone has their platform that they want to be on. Mine is typically Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I've actually had some of you guys come in and visit me. So thank you. It's pretty damn cool, honestly. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really difficult. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it was a walk in the park, because it was hell a lot of the time. And being a new girl in a new salon in a big area where she doesn't know anyone is quite terrifying. Yeah, a lot of sad days, lonely days. But those days definitely broke me down and into the person that I am now. And I know that's like so intense and maybe too deep for you, but I felt like I was becoming a better hairstylist. Restarting humbles you to a point where you realize like what's important. And coming from a place that I'm in now versus how I was in Oregon, like I took advantage of that. I took advantage of my loyal clients at the time. I wasn't taking on any new clients. Like I wasn't furthering my education. I wasn't progressing. I wasn't growing. I felt like I had just reached a point in my career that I was just kind of like comfortable with and I stuck with. We can always grow and we can always get better. We can always learn more. There's so much that goes into that. So the next and last thing that I want to talk about is oftentimes we are just like so caught up in the surface level of stuff. And I know for me, talking to a camera right now, that it's pretty damn vulnerable. You feel weird. But I think when you share your heart and you share your passion and your personality, it goes so much further than to just slap on some filters, throw some words on a screen, point, dance, whatever, for a viewer. I mean, think about it. If you're viewing people's stories or scrolling through certain feeds, I feel like I stop at the ones that I can relate to. I stop at the ones that are genuine, authentic, and they seem legit, because our world is so fabricated. So just be relatable. Don't compare yourself to anyone else out there, because you're you and that's your superpower. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I would get caught up in like, oh, Sally's doing this, like maybe I should. No, do what the hell you want to do and let it stay true to who you are and what you're trying to portray for your brand, for your business, all of those things. I think the objective is to be the exact same way as you are in person on social media, vice versa. And I struggled with that for the longest time. I deal with anxiety. It's really freaking hard for me. But I still try to show my personality in my posts and in my content, because people want to know who they're coming to at the end of the day. Okay, so I think that pretty much sums up everything as far as how to help build your clientele in a new state. Market yourself, network with other stylists that are like-minded, have the same vibe, be genuine and authentic to yourself. You gotta lose money to make money, and you gotta take that leap of faith in yourself, because truly I doubted myself along the way, and now I look at where I'm at and I'm literally living in a prayer. Oh, halfway there. Oh, leave it. Alright guys, this is the end of my video. I've talked for too long, but hopefully you were able to grab some of that information and relay it into your situation, whether you're rebuilding a clientele or trying to build further with your clientele. Hopefully my journey will help you guys, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My Instagram is taylramirezhair, and I would love to connect with you. I also just want to remind you that growth doesn't come easy, and a lot of times it's really freaking hard, but I promise you one thing, it's worth it. Believe in yourself and know that it's all gonna work out, and God has a plan for you. That's all I have. I will talk to you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed this video or thought it was helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up for me. I would really appreciate it. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe down below. Okay, bye.